Welcome to another episode of Play It Right TV. This is Dyan Castillejo. It's a super exciting episode because we are right here in the National Center of the Gymnastics Association of the Philippines. Exciting things are happening. They have world-class international coaches teaching our youngsters the basics of gymnastics. Of course, we all know Kaloy Yulo is our gymnast hero, but Cynthia Carrion, our GAP president, is determined to produce more Kaloy Yulos. So let's have a see at what they're teaching our kids.
If it doesn't happen today, I'll put it together where I say, hey, Carrie, the floor is mine.
Here at the Gymnastics Association of the Philippines Training Center in Manila, it's a super exciting event. We have legends, international coaches who have an amazing background here to give lots of training and skills classes to over 100 Philippine and Southeast Asian gymnasts. Let's go! More Kaloy Yulos on the way. How hard was it to put together like this kind of camp and get all these amazing coaches?
It's not that easy because first of all we have to write all the coaches. Luckily Cliff Park has helped us.
Yes.
He told all these coaches that we should go to the Philippines. It's a beautiful place, and and they have good athletes that we should train. So what I wanted is for the women really, because we lack.
So you want to develop the women.
The women. Our men with Coach Mooney is okay,
Yes.
we're getting there.
Well, according to Coach Cliff, that there's so much talent in the Philippines. So
Yes.
how do you intend to bring in more often these international coaches, or are they going to be transferring their skills to the local coaches?
Right now the coaches are also learning. This is not only for athletes, it's also coaches. We're teaching them how to coach. But we are going to bring in a foreign coach.
Permanently.
Permanently.
All right. And what is the? I see Eldrew has improved a lot.
Yes.
And you're planning to send him overseas, and
Yeah,
when?
I'm planning to send him in Australia because Coach Sato of Japan is going to be transferred to Australia. And he told him, don't send him to Japan, just send him to me in Australia. I'll coach him.
And what is your timetable for Eldrew?
As soon as Coach Sato in year 2023, he's going to be moved to coach to Australia, then I'll move him also.
So he's going to be abroad just like Kaloy,
Yes.
just permanently. Is he willing to do it?
Yeah, he's asking me every day, when do I go? He really wants to be a gold medalist as well.
So what are Kaloy's next tournaments, and what are your?
Liverpool, I'm leaving on the 24th. But my problem is the visa for Kaloy.
Oh, he can't get a visa.
Because he went to Tokyo to get the visa, and they told him, they gave an interview after the competition already. He said, cannot be, I have to be in Liverpool before the 24th. So I'm working with Philippine ambassador of Tokyo. In fact, who's helping me? Kinito. Because Kinito knows the ambassador.
Yes. So what events in the Liverpool competition do you expect Kaloy to do well? What are your goals for him there?
I want him to win. I want him to win the floor, of course. If he performs the floor exercise the way he performed for the senior Japan, he's gonna win even the Olympics because he was very good. There was nobody coming close to him.
Oh, what about his recent fall pala? How is he?
What do you mean?
He fell, di ba? He posted. He fell.
No, that's so during training.
So he's okay.
Yeah, he's okay. But he got hurt in his right hand is hurt. But he will be okay.
And after Liverpool, what's next for Kaloy?
After Liverpool comes Doha, I think. There's 4 more.
The World Championships.
Yeah,
So you're still expecting him to win multiple golds at the Paris?
Yes. I think Coach Mooney told me he wants to have 3 goals in Paris.
Wow, that's how much? 300?
We have 3 goals.
3 goals?
Olympics.
Wow.
Olympics in Paris.
Sabi ni Coach Mooney?
And
What,
Philippine
floor?
for floor, vault, and all around. He wants all around. Imagine? All around. And you know what? Philippine Olympic Committee President Bumble went to talk to Paris that he's gonna get a training camp for Kaloy 1 or 2 months before the Olympics, which is good.
That's
to
a
stay
good
there.
plan. Yeah, so you can be familiar with
Yeah.
the time. And from this bunch, what are your goals?
For this batch, we'll
SEA
see.
Games.
Yeah. No, SEA Games, we don't have SEA Games for Cambodia. They
There's no
removed.
gymnastics.
No. Wala siyang wag.
Huh?
Cambodia.
Wag.
Wag in Cambodia. Mag lang. So,
But they
pero
said yes to us before, now they removed it.
in Thailand, meron wag.
Yeah. But we're going to go for the Asian Games.
Kaloy is going to Asian Games also.
Yeah.
How about Eldrew? Will he go?
If he's the age, we can
18, di ba? For March 18.
18 years. He won't be 18. Will he be 18 or not yet? He's not yet of age.
You have to be 16 to join
18.
the 18?
18.
For senior.
Mag.
16 pala yung SEA Games, no?
And 16 for the women.
16 for the women, 18 for the men.
Congratulations, Cynthia. More power.
Thank you very much, Dyan, for being here. Thank you.
Pala po yun. Pwede, tsaka pure talent.
Pero, kamusta yung training mo? Ilang hours ka ba nag-ensayo?
Hindi ko po nabibilang eh. 4 to 5 hours.
4 to 5 hours. Wow. Pero sobrang nag-improve ka?
Hindi ko po alam.
Hindi mo alam na nag-improve ka?
Hindi ko po siya pinapansin eh. Basta training lang po ako. Ganun.
Pinapakita mo ba yung video mo kay Kaloy, yung mga recent videos mo?
Yes po, nagsasend po ako. Dala lang po pa. Nakalito po. Then, sinend ko po yung kay Kuya.
Ano sabi niya?
Pogi ko na po. Magaling ko na daw po.
Ang galing. So I heard na papadala ka sa Australia for training. Excited ka ba for that?
Hindi ko po. Tagal pa po yun, no?
Kailan ba yun? Pero ano yung, dati sinabi mo sa akin na gusto mo talaga maging world champion.
Yes.
So, dream mo pa rin maging world champion.
Yes po, pero may
Ano?
Babagay ko lang po yung attitude.
Ano yung attitude na kagayon?
Worst na po kasi. Like, wala po tayo.
Okay, so meron pa pagpapagod na.
Wala na po. Yun lang po.
Ano yung favorite event mo? Floor, bar?
Lahat na lang. Lahat.
So gusto mo maging world champion sa lahat? And Olympics?
Yes.
So excited ka para sa training camp dito? Ang mas gwapong yulo daw. Sabi mo ikaw yung mas gwapong yulo, di ba? Hindi naman po ako gwapo, sobra lang. Sobra. Hindi ka rin mayabang, ano? Humble.
Pag sa papugian po, mayabang.
Ha?
Mayabang po ako pag sa papugian.
Pagbutihin mo, Eldrew, Yes, we're proud of you and laki na ng improvement mo. Thank you. How do you feel about coming to the Philippines? And as you know, we have Kaloy Yulo, but what's it gonna take to be able to develop more skills for these young Filipino kids?
I think the basis that we have to work from today is to make sure everyone has really good foundation skills from which they can build more complex skills. So we'll start with that mostly today, and then as the athletes show more amplitude, and those skills will develop more each day.
So what particular aspect of the routine are you going to be taking care of?
Today I'm going to be mostly taking the dance elements from the beam and floor area and work on those, because the execution is where we're losing the most deductions. So that's what we're going to try and do, is make those skills worth more so that each athlete can score higher.
In your experience, what does it take to really build up the confidence and the belief that they can actually execute these very difficult skills in gymnastics?
It's a long process. It takes a lot of repetition, and there's no secret. It's hard work and how hard you apply yourself and putting that effort in every day.
And when an athlete fails, let's say he's unable to do the skill in practice, which happens a lot, what would you tell them?
It's just part of the learning process. Falling and failing is all part of the learning process, and it's you learn more from failure than you do from success.
And do you know anything about these Filipino kids, or are you meeting them for the first time today?
These children I'm meeting for the first time today, but one of my athletes was Filipino, and she trained with me and competed for Canada at the Olympic Games.
Oh, really? Who's that?
Gigi Zosa in 1984. Gigi Zosa.
Wow, in what event?
She competed all around, all 4 events.
Fantastic. And based on her skill, what can you say about the Filipino gymnast?
Every gymnast has the same opportunities, and it's up to each one. It doesn't matter whether you're American, Filipino, or whatever. If you do a great foundation, you can build to anything. As long as your foundation is strong, you can build great athletes.
All right, thank you for being here.
Well, thank you. Actually, I was here.
Okay, so Taryn Humphrey won 2 silvers in the 2004 Greece Olympics in the beam and
I'm bars and team.
bars and beam.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
But you have a move that's
I
named
do.
after you. It's called the Humphrey.
Yes.
Can you demonstrate a little bit?
It's a squat turn, and you go around 2.5 times.
Wow.
Yes.
So I can assume you had incredibly punishing training when you were young.
Yes.
I mean, what age? How many
Yes.
hours did you put in a day?
We trained about 40 hours a week. It was usually 2-a-days in the summer. During school year, I would train from 1 to 7.
So how difficult is it now to excel in gymnastics? It seems like there are more issues that come into play
Sure.
in excelling in
Yes.
gymnastics. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, it's a hard sport. There's no way around it. It's, in my opinion, one of the hardest sports in the world, and USA is dominating, so it's hard to keep up, really. Just it changes so much. Like some years it's artistic, and some years it's about power. So it's great if you can have both.
So at this level of kids, like they're super beginners.
Yes.
What's important?
I think what I'm looking for is just learning, like working hard, and just seeing changes. Like if I ask them to point their toes, if they actually point their toes, then I know they're listening, and I know they're willing to learn more.
To be a world-class gymnast, does the interest have to be there at this age, or can it actually be learned or acquired?
I will say it can be learned and acquired. I wasn't real serious with the sport till I was a little older, so it's great that they're having fun, but stick with it if they want to be world class.
How do you have fun and yet instill the discipline that is required to excel?
I think when you're a little bit younger, it's just easier to have fun because it's all new. When it's older, it's just more reps, so it's easy to get stuck or bored. So just learning new skills and not staying stuck in one place.
And based on your short observation, how do you find the Filipino gymnasts?
So far, the first event, I find them incredibly smart and hardworking and willing to listen to what I have to offer.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, Coach Cliff, you've been coaching the Philippines in the 2019 SEA Games, Southeast Asian Games. So, what can you tell us about the development of the Philippine gymnasts? I know 2020 and 2021 were tough years because of the pandemic. But now, do you think we can still pick up from where you started?
There's no doubt about that. First of all, the athletes here are awesome. They're magnificent athletes. And the only thing that was hindering their growth was the availability to train. Okay. I believe that with everything opening up in this vehicle that we have in regards to bringing coaches out to help with the development throughout gymnastics, the coaches and the athletes. It's going to really blossom quickly. So I have the utmost confidence that we can get these athletes getting to the world stage.
What do you think, in your honest opinion, that the Filipino gymnasts have that may enable them to really excel in the world gymnastics? Or, I mean, yes or no?
No. I totally agree. I will tell you the number one thing, dealing with environment. This is, I mean, any other gymnast anywhere else would probably struggle working, training in this type of weather, humidity. Yeah, and so to see how resilient and how tough the Philippine athletes are here, right there by itself is enough for me to say, okay, they're going to be okay. Because if they can work through that and get through the somewhat hostilities of the weather, the humidity and everything, and still try to train to the highest level, that's a big sign to me, and I was very impressed when I first witnessed that.
Yes, and with the new facility here of the gap, do you think it's sufficient?
I think it is. It has everything that's needed in order to help develop the athletes. And of course, providing the leadership and expertise in coaching and the direction of teaching other coaches is going to be the key factor to help with the growth of Philippine gymnastics. So I'm very proud that I was able to bring actually coaches and athletes that reach the highest level of expertise. And,
are you going to be coming more often? Or?
Oh, I love the Philippines. This is my second home. I have every intention to be here as much as I can and contribute to helping with the program grow.
So you're also going to be training coaches here?
Yes. We'll be training coaches. I'll be coaching vault, and we'll be breaking down the components from the run to the actual vault itself to the high level vaults.
Well, Kaloy is the world champion in vault now.
Yes.
And I saw him also win the vault in Cambodia.
Yes.
And his brother seems to be
phenomenal.
I mean, what do you think of this guy?
You know what? I saw him 3 years ago, right before the pandemic, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see, But today, I'm like, wow, I don't know if Kaloy was at that level at that age. So, and that says a lot, because Carlos is just phenomenal. I love him. He's my favorite gymnast in the world.
So do you think Kaloy Eldrew has a chance?
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that. No, he will. He will. My highlight is to see them as teammates on the world stage, and I see that happen because he has what it takes.
I have a question about his personality. He's really like super opposite of Kaloy. He's like out there joking.
You know what? Well, that's good. I mean, I don't want another Kaloy. I want him to be who he is, but still have the same discipline, the same drive, the same perfection mentality in regards to technique and execution. He can be whatever he wants. He can be the eccentric person, and like Kaloy's a little bit more shy and reserved. But I think Kaloy when privately, they're just alike. They're just alike. They're fun to be around. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Dyan. Oh,
training camp, and how excited are you, and what do you expect to learn?
I'm very excited for this training camp. I joined because I think it would be a very good experience for me and my teammates, and I'm very excited to learn from all the coaches.
What are your goals in gymnastics? Why do you take gymnastics?
My goals in gymnastics are to have fun and then also join a bunch of competitions.
Join a bunch of competitions. What's your
yeah.
favorite event?
I think my favorite event is floor.
Floor. Okay, thank you. Okay, what's your name again?
Maxine,
Maxine, how old are you?
I'm 10.
And how long have you been doing gymnastics?
6-7 years.
Okay, so why do you take gymnastics? What do you like about it?
I like being fit, I like having fun, and I like learning new things too.
Is it fun? Because it's so hard.
It's fun for me and to be with my friends as well.
Okay. And then you do it after school?
Yeah.
Aren't you like super tired after your school? You have to do like 3 hours after, right?
Yeah, I'm always tired, but I just keep going because I have a dream, and so I have to keep pushing so I can achieve it.
Ano yung dream mo?
Yung ultimate naman yung national team, pero just to join a lot of competitions like Sabina.
Gusto mo national team. Si Kaloy, idol mo? Ha? Sino yung babae na idol mo? Meron ka bang favorite gymnast or hindi?
Hindi, I like watching all of them.
Okay. So how old are you?
I'm 14.
Okay, so bakit ka nag-gymnastics? Ano yung goal mo? And is it fun? And what do you want to achieve?
Well, I do gymnastics because it trains both the body and the mind. I think in gymnastics you overcome a lot of different challenges, and it's definitely helped me grow as a person, and not just in my physical strength but also mentally. I've been doing gymnastics for around 10 years.
Wow, 10
Yeah,
years.
10 years.
You were 4.
Yes, and I also hope to join the national team.
At ano yung in-expect mo matututunan mo dito sa mga international coaches?
I hope to become a better gymnast because I think everyone has their flaws and also like things that they're not really the best at. So here, I hope that this experience will help me achieve or like overcome these difficulties in my gymnastics career and hopefully get me closer to my goal.
Do you have some gymnasts that you like and you watch?
I like all gymnasts. I think everyone's inspiring. Everyone in the Olympics, in the SEA Games. I look up to everyone.
What's your event that you want to excel?
Definitely vault. I think I have potential in that.
Okay.